Hello, everyone.
You can briefly talk about yourself, your background, your experience, and what work you do. So they also have some questions in their mind, and some of them may ask you some questions with which they are struggling right now. So your tips will
Sure.
be very useful to them. Okay, so I'm going to switch off the lights so that they can see you more clearly, I guess.
Sure. Like I was saying, I'm Sabya. Currently, I work for a company called Accenture. I'm sure you all know about it and heard its name. I was with PwC till last year, moved to Accenture. But basically, I focus on technology. When I say technology, I have like been in the industry for around 24 years now. My progression has been like I started as a technologist, as a developer. I used to do a lot of work around data and Java as a technology, which I carried on for around 12 to 15 years. In the corporate ladder, as you grow up, you are supposed to do a lot of other things which are business oriented. I started taking up larger roles, which are lead roles in some of the client places that we do consulting for. That's pretty much my experience. I can share you my LinkedIn profile. You guys can go and send a connect request. But I think one thing I must say is last year I completed my MS in technology management under Dr. Rai. And you all are very lucky to be under Dr. Rai because he not only teaches you the subject, but he also comes with a complete context and overall aspect of, grooming his students. And he did that with me, even though I was in the corporate. I can open for questions, but I wanted to talk a little bit about, what we do in day to day, because every time we study something, the question that I always used to ask is, how is this relevant for my life? How do I see it every day, and where is it being used? So I can spend some time talking about another 3 to 4 minutes about the impact of data in the day-to-day work that we do within our organization. Mostly, it's like if you take Accenture or PwC or any other consulting or big IT firms, they are internally. Once you get into them, you will realize that they are broken into sectors, which means like there are a group of people who supports financial services clients like banks and insurance. There are a set of people who supports retail. There are a set of people who supports travel and hospitality, airlines. So, and after the sector groups comes the like a bunch of people who there is a group which only does data and analytics work. Industry sector, what they do is like I work in an industry sector called financial services. So I not only understand technology, I also understand how the insurance business works, how wealth management business works. Because if we don't understand, like if you go and work in Walmart, you need to understand their business model. Otherwise, you will not be able to ever fit technology into their actual purpose. Because end of the day, when I work for an insurance company, say if you may have heard insurance company names like Geico, Travelers Insurance, Progressive, USA. Their objective is to sell business. These are not technology companies. But I work as a technology consultant for them. So it is very important for me to understand their business and why they are applying technology. So I wanted to highlight that the importance of data in the industry sector. And within insurance, there's a lot of things that are happening with data. I don't want you to I don't want to bore you with some of the standard definitions like, the recommendation engines in Netflix and the recommendation engines in Amazon. Those are good, those are done. But on a day-to-day basis, even within in an insurance company, if I take example of my current client, they are trying to launch a new product within US, and the new product for auto insurance. Now, you may be asking, what is there new in an auto insurance? An auto insurance is an auto insurance, right? You get coverages, liabilities, and rental coverage and done. But they are trying to provide a new product which will have pay as you drive as a capability. And in some cases, they also call behavior-based driving capability. So what this means is you don't drive your car every day, right? At time it is lying in your garage or in your driveway, but you only may be driving it for 3 hours a day or 4 hours a day. So there is an insurance model that the insurance companies are running behind and developing is you only pay for when you use the car. So you may have seen the Liberty Mutual ad in the TV. Next time, pay attention. That's what they say. But there is a catch to that, right? Where does data come into that is I will explain to you in 1 minute, and then I will open for questions. But pay as you drive, like I explained, is you only pay the premium for, suppose you have one car and your insurance to a Geico, and you are paying say $700 premium for 6 months for one car. Now you say that I'm not even driving my car every day. I come from my hostel to the university and back to the hostel. Like, why am I paying $700? So the Geico will ask you to put a device in your car so that they can monitor your driving from how much you're driving from every day. And then they take that input and calculate your premium. But a lot of people have to agree to buy that policy because not everybody wants a device in their car, because a lot of people thinks it's violation of privacy. They don't want everyone to know where they are driving and how they are driving. So that's the contention. But the reason I brought up this use case is it's not only about how much you're driving and you pay insurance as per your driving. Imagine the life of an insurance company. How will an insurance company determine what is the right premium for you if you are driving 2 miles a day versus 2 days? We can take some questions, Dr. Ray.
Okay, so let's go with the questions.
So my question is that whether the coding skills will remain as important as now in the future, and if not, then how will it impact the traditional software, developers?
That's a good question. The simple answer is I teach my 12-year-old coding every week. Coding is going to remain. You need to align your career path towards which way you want to go. If you want to remain a technologist versus if you want to go to consulting, if you want to work on something else. But coding is always and every time going to remain. Like when I started my career, we had mainframes, even mainframes are still there. We had a choice to select between either going to open systems, like learning something like C++, Java versus or COBOL, Oracle mainframe. Myself and friends of mine picked up one language or the other, and it's still relevant. We still look into coding, we review code, we implement systems, so it's always going to be relevant. So don't leave coding.
So my question is, as students, what kind of skills do you suggest that we build and grow on in order to be successful in the field that you're in?
I mean, the field I'm in is more around technology consulting. So definitely you need to be, there's so much wide array of technologies. You cannot learn everything, that you have to find out what you're interested in, be it data, be it open systems, be it any platform. Like a lot of people you'll see are doing a lot of work in SAP. A lot of people are doing work on PeopleSoft or Workday. So those we are called platforms. Nowadays, there's a new, not nowadays, I think it has been there for last 15, 20 years. A lot of people work on cloud providers like Azure, AWS. So there's a lot of options. You need to decide which path you go. If you're going towards more consulting, like if you want to join a PwC or a Deloitte or a KPMG, I mean, you would need some more skills than technology alone, which are like your presentation skills, articulation skills, skills to collaborate with a team, understand the client problem, and if possible, focus on a particular industry sector. But it's difficult to, get a an industry sector early in your career. So
Hi Sabya. So, based on the expectations today from individuals, what would you suggest for us to, in terms of skills, maybe technical or even any administrative or presentation skills? What would be your suggestions for individuals? What should we work on?
I mean, if you ask me, I'm biased towards technology.
Okay.
I'll be very honest with you. I do a lot of PowerPoint. I do a lot of spreadsheets. I do a lot of client meetings, workshops, solving problems, business problems. But end of the day, my strength is technology. I think it's very important to have your depth in one area. And to be very honest, data and analytics is one area which is still growing, and there's still dearth of people. So that can be one area where you can focus. And data is always interesting, right? It's math is involved. You need to understand different aspects of it. But again, within data, there are different kind of jobs.
Being specific about towards finance, what kind of technical skills do I have to develop or be ready with?
Okay, so I think the question is, what do you want to do in finance? If you want to work in technology for the financial sector, then any technology, I mean, they require systems, they require data, they require platforms, they require cloud. So anything and everything is there in financial sector. Nobody can tell you that if you work in data, you can only go to travel sector, not financial sector. That's wrong. So every sector needs every technology. And financial sector needs more of data and analytics.
I think that answers your question, right? Okay, I think we'll stop at
Yeah.
that. And,
Yeah.
thank you very much for joining.
Thank you very much. And all the best to you all. We'll meet again. Thanks.